Hey guys, I'm Ubiru. Welcome back to World of Warships. This is North Standard Battle. I'm playing on the Gremlin, the Gremyashchiy, and I'm playing in a pretty standard Tier 6 match. We have a couple of high-tier Fusos, a few destroyers, quite a lot of cruisers, as you can see here. And we're going to head towards the small rocks in the middle, probably kite around, try and find a good angle in order to actually engage the enemy. Leave the battleships to engage on the far right, and the cruisers down the far left. So the Gremlin is actually a very, very good premium ship. It's probably the second best one in the what's available in the closed beta so far, after the USS Sims. I did a review on it, and this is just to show you guys a very good game I had recently. Now the Gremlin, it has amazing maneuverability. It maneuvers almost as well as the USS Sims. It has great firepower, and it has great torpedoes. The torpedoes go at a further distance than the USS Sims, but the guns are slightly worse. The guns don't fire as often, and the guns don't turn as quickly. So I have just put my smoke down. I noticed that the enemies are lurking around here. I don't want them putting fire on me straight away, so I did see a destroyer, and I put two lots of 3 torpedoes down. The torpedoes have a max distance of 8 kilometers, which is very good. So we're sort of getting to understand the Russian flavor of destroyers. American is very short range, focused on guns, and Japanese is very focused on long range and sort of poor guns. But it seems like Soviet Union ships, they are very much in the middle. So I am taking evasive maneuvers here. They have fired torpedoes at me, so I am going to quickly hide behind these rocks. The torpedoes aren't going to be a threat to me. The maneuverability of this ship is too high for me to really worry about torpedoes at this distance. So the enemy is all sort of spread about. We have some battleships heading towards that's pretty standard battleship area, and also a lot of ships that are very slowly moving out of the cap. So that tells me that they're sort of camping, and that's a lot of people do camp in battleships in this game. They sort of just lurk around their cap and fire from 25 kilometers away from their cap. Yes, it's good tactics, but you don't really support your team too much, and you don't really get the end objective complete. So I'm going to fire at this battleship here. The max distance of these guns is around 12 kilometers, which is fantastic for a tier 5 ship. In fact, I think it is the best distance for a tier 5 ship in the game so far. Pelt this battleship here. We know that the battleship won't take huge damage from the AP, but HE is not. It's not going to be a huge lot of difference anyway. So we have taken a little bit of hits from the Congo. So we are going to quickly. Well, we don't really want to engage around this corner. If we engage around this corner on the left here, we will run into the battleships and subsequently die. So I know there's a cruiser there, the Phoenix tier 4 American cruiser, which is really easy to kill in a ship like this, the tier 5 Gremyashchiy. Your primary target really is to take down cruisers from long distance and take down destroyers. You can, of course, take down battleships with using your 8-kilometer max distance of torpedoes to effectively take them down. So I haven't been spotted at this point. The Congo is duking out with a battleship behind me, and there are planes lurking around as well. I have disabled my anti-air capability, as I suggested in the video I did of the Gremlin. Always disable your anti-air capability at the beginning of the game. You will get spotted in this thing if your anti-air goes off, and the anti-air capability is only 8 out of 100, which is pathetic. So you won't shoot down any planes with that score, so it's best to just have it turned off and maintain your concealment, as your concealment is 89 out of 100, which is also fantastic. So we have just laid down some fire onto the battleship. No effective hits really. We hit him for maybe a couple of thousand in total. Nothing too effective. We are edging around the corner here where the Fuso and the cruiser are lurking. Now I'm going to play a bit more assertive here. Now I see that the Fuso is over there. He's still sort of 13.6 kilometers away. And the Ober is lurking around the corner I didn't take earlier. Now if I did go around that corner, I would be dead already. I know it's a lot of people that play this ship. A lot of people play mini destroyers in this game. They tend to go full at the enemy, charge in their destroyers, do the torpedoes, and subsequently die. Now, that's not the best way to play destroyers. The best way to play destroyers is to play it slow, is to analyze the situation, fire at enemies that are easy to take down, fire at enemies that are sort of within range of your guns without you being under threat. If you're under threat in a destroyer, you're going to die. That's the major thing, is just to play it safe. Now I'm firing at this Fuso. He's within 10 kilometers, which is arguably the furthest distance I'd like to be away from a battleship. But he is duking out with our ally, which is the Omaha, I think Yeah, the Omaha is in the middle, and he's sort of playing a bit interesting. He's sort of charging towards the enemy, hoping for the best. He has laid down some of his torpedoes, but he has missed the battleship. Now this is good. This is the situation what I need to be in. The cruiser, our allied cruiser, is down the middle there, screwing with the battleship. The battleship's trying to get his guns around to effectively take him down. The cruiser, the destroyer, the other destroyer is actually going around to try and take out the allied Omaha at this point. So now I've seen the Omaha, and I'm going to go around these rocks and effectively engage. Now that I can see the team is effectively going around the rock on my left, that it could be a very good flanking maneuver. So I'm going down the middle here. So they've changed their direction to where the Omaha was. The Omaha has now died, but we're going to fire our guns at this destroyer. Yes, you could. Guns aren't very effective at destroyers at this distance because destroyers are so easily can move left and right, and I have just been spotted, which is a bit of an issue. But most of the ships of the enemy team are looking around their cap, mainly because the USS Omaha was there. So we're going to look around this corner. There's 2 cruisers and 1 battleship on my left, and they're effectively flanking. There is a smoke screen in front of me, which tells me there's another destroyer lurking. Our allies from the left have just taken down that destroyer, so we're going to go around this corner and engage the Cleveland and the Fuso. Now I see the Fuso is at very, very low health, 140, and no one is within range of firing. So I'm going to move very sharply into the direction of the Fuso to hopefully finish him off. These guns do around 100 damage per shot on a battleship, and a bit more damage on ships with lower armor, like the Cleveland. I just did a 400 crit there. So I'm going to edge towards the Fuso, get within max gun range, which is like 11.5 kilometers, fire my guns, and hopefully finish him off. If we can get the Fuso killed, that will really help the team. We just need 2 more shots on this guy, and we got him. We hit him once, 180 damage, and we finished him off. And now we're being engaged by the Cleveland. The Cleveland is a big threat here, so we need to get the hell away. Now that the Cleveland has really, really high DPM, at this point I'm worried about whether he's going to take us down or he's going to focus our allies. It actually turns to my advantage. He is in fact focusing on my allies as opposed to me. He thinks of me as a lesser threat at this distance. I do see a destroyer lurking, so I am firing at him now. 2 lines of 3 torpedoes. They have knocked out my engine, so I'm going to hit the repair button and float around this corner. I'm reducing speed and sharp angle to avoid the rock. If I hit the rock here and I get beached, I am dead. So I just launched the torpedoes at the destroyer. The destroyer is hopefully going to take a hit. Missed that one. It's going to hit. Yes. Okay, we got another one. So we got 2. One was just 1 light hit, and we hit the destroyer with 1 torpedo, which was all we need. So now we're being engaged by the Gremyashchiy, which is the sort of low tier enemy battleship, which isn't a huge threat in and of itself, but if we get within close range, any battleship is. So we have to be very cautious here. He has just disappeared, which is a bit odd. He must be hiding behind the smoke screen. There he is, and we're going to fire our main guns at this guy. Now, he's a lot less armor than the other battleships in the game, so we just hit him for 2,000, which is a very high damage roll for these guns. So we hit him again, but not a lot, no penetration, so 409 damage. Continually pelting at this guy, so now we notice that he is a big target now. So we're firing our torpedoes. The allies are supporting from behind, so we don't have to worry too much about this guy. We are going to continue firing our guns. We have successfully avoided his guns, and we're going to fire him once more, and we finished him off. Good. So 3 kills. 2 weren't very high damage kills, but we hit the 1 destroyer with a torpedo, which really made a difference. So now those are down. Now we only have to worry about the Cleveland, which is the Cleveland which is in the capping circle of the enemy base. The Cleveland is a very, very strong ship. I should not engage the Cleveland frontally by myself, so thankfully I am with 3 allies, which would help the situation. The Cleveland is especially good at taking down destroyers and other cruisers. Cleveland is very susceptible to battleship standards of damage, but the Cleveland can really deal some damage. So I'm playing cautiously here. I noticed at the moment he is focusing on an ally, so I'm utilizing this completely by firing at him continually. I am doing some good damage on this guy, 500 there, which isn't too bad for these guns, and I'm laying down the fire. The huge rate of fire on these guns really makes a difference when you're pelting out at this sort of distance. So we hit him there for another 400, which again isn't too bad. We still have smoke screen which we could use, and we have torpedoes, but he is without our range of torpedoes. It seems like the enemy is now capping, and we are capping their base. Now, I don't really want to cap at this point. I want to go to the enemy base and hopefully defend the cap. In this situation, you could argue that it's better to maintain cap than defend, but I noticed one of the cruisers on the enemy team is actually going outside the cap circle, and there's only 4 on the enemy team. So there's 1 battleship, 2 cruisers, and 1 destroyer. So I don't know where the destroyer is. I assume he's capping, but I noticed the cruiser is now coming outside of the cap circle. So I'm going to try and get within range of these guys. The Cleveland has just been destroyed by the ally behind me, which is always good. I am out of range of the enemy cruiser and battleship at this moment. I want to get the cruiser kill, but the cruiser is sort of quite far away. Cruiser's now invisible, but now their cap circle has gone down, so that tells me either my allies have shocked him or he's moved out of the cap circle altogether and then back in. I assume the destroyer's there also. The battleship is now going inside. We're very close to actually winning the game. The Congo's straight ahead. Not a very big threat at the moment. He can't really see me. The concealment of this ship is so high. So we haven't done too bad in this game, actually. 54 shots, 3 kills, 1 torpedo hit, and 2 critically damaged. No citadel hits, unfortunately, but you can't always get that. So the Congo's sort of nearing out of the cap. He knows that he needs to stop the cap for our team, and he's trying to get some broadsides down, but he can't actually see any of our team because there's no spotters here. When we really want to get this cruiser kill, 467 damage, but the guns don't turn around quick enough. So we didn't get the guns down quick enough in order to actually get the shot down, but the ally finished him off anyway. So we fire at the Congo. He's left the cap circle, but the game has come to an ending. So very good game overall. The Gremlin's a very, very fun ship to play. So in this game, we got 212,000 credits, 3,200 base experience, 159 free experience, 54 hits, 1 torpedo, 3 kills, and 1 flooding, 2 critically damaged. So very, very good score. I think we came 3rd in the team. So in terms of the team score, I actually came in the top 3. So I came the 3rd, very closely 2nd place. We're in a tier 5 and it was a tier 6 game, so we didn't really expect to get to the top. We got around sort of 25,000 damage overall, which isn't too bad. 1 torpedo hit and 54 main gun hits out of 136. So very, very fun ship to play. The Gremlin is again in the store if you want to purchase it now. It isn't, you don't have the pre-order minus 15% bonus anymore. But yeah, it's a very fun ship to play. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.